Yeah. Bear with me here. Alright, howdy folks, welcome back here. Before we go any further, I want you to take a peek here. Let me back this out a little bit. Turn that music down. This is the World of Signs channel that I've taken you guys to again, and she appreciated all of our help and stuff from before, and her husband. This is a they're very dear people to me, and they say thank you, and then also another plea for any other kind of help. Um, I can't accept help. I need it as well, but I want you to come over here and help them instead. Come, give them a like, give them some support, any kind of help that would be aimed my direction, please aim at this direction. Okay, thank you. All right, let's move into our report tonight. Okay. Glad to see some of you here in the chat. Hello, everybody. Yeah, I hate tornadoes too. Fortunately for me, I've chosen a part of the country that doesn't have them quite as much as the regular part of the country would. So I purposely, geographically chose to stay away from them. Anyway, I was just responding to the chat there. Welcome, folks. Today has been Good Friday for you. It has been torture for me. Okay, today is the hardest day. It's been getting harder and harder leading up to this day. It's extremely excruciating, painful day. Okay, so here we are, April 7th. You can see we have just, the sun is going off. All kinds of activity. We have all kinds of objects. We left off with that opening event. We cheated last night and took a peek into the future right there. That's the first event. And then it just continues. We have a long duration one coming up here. This object is moving out really slowly, and it's causing a long duration CME right here. Okay. So we have, oh boy, we have a mess on our hands. Just accelerating. It's only getting more and more, faster and faster, more and more intense. And for those of you who understand what today is, Good Friday, okay, this is the day I died. The next 3 days, the next 2.5 days are going to be hell, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Because Jesus went to hell for 3 days and endured all kinds of torture, not just what happened here in this realm, on this planet. Okay, and I'm going to show you some more of that here tonight, so stick around. Okay, I'll just go in half-ass into this report, or this solar one. You guys, trained eyes, you guys see what's going on. I shouldn't have to spell this out and freeze frame it anymore, but I'm gonna, because we got new people sometimes, and it's important that everybody sees every effing detail. Alright, so I'm gonna try to find the opening frame here. Bear with me. We will have technical difficulties tonight. I will have difficulties tonight. It's going to be a rough show. So grab your popcorn, grow some patience, and hang in there with me. Okay. Okay, here we go. Opening frame. We kind of went over this last night a little bit because we had a little bit of this information last night to look at first. And here's our object right here. And as we go through this, what is playing in the background? Some music playing in the background. All right. Yes, you are very important. Okay, thank you. So here we are, previous frame. And I told you difficulties tonight, so just expect it. Here's our object. Next frame. Next frame. You can see it emerging here. The ghost image caught it best. We went over that last night. Now, after that event, that's about all we had last night. So here is new stuff since then. Another object, see it reacting, see it? Not too hard to miss. It has its magnetic field around it. Even when you can't see the object itself, look for the magnetic field that's around it. They're easy to spot. Here's another dark patch right here coming off right next to this plasma, and it's making a dent here in the instrumentation. And then we have maybe a secondary object right here. Oh, let's go right. Do I like that one or not? You can still make it out. It's faint, but it's moving out. All right, we got more important things to do. I can't sit here and just point out each and every one of these. It's just getting too much. Here's another event. You can see there's a ghostly one right in there. Okay, you see its magnetic field. You see the CME reaching around it. Let's back it up a little bit. It is ghostly. It is very faint. Oh, we got a skip in data from 1236 to 14 right here. So we missed the first frames of this, but that's okay. You can still see it right there. Boom, boom, and whatever, it's only blatantly obvious what's going on here, 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 all the way through. Look at this huge CME. This is probably directed towards us because the object is always coming at us. They don't go to any other planets. Everything is coming towards Earth right now because God is here, and the entire universe is showing up to witness God's work. To witness the grand finale, let's just say, because it's the grand finale for them as well. Okay. Here's our object. Moving on out. Just moving on up. And now it's moving on up. So this is our slow event. There was something that initiated it. Here's a secondary. But then we have this one that's hanging out. It's magnetically attached here. Not attached, but let's just say positioned or like magnetic positioning. Almost like levitation. It's hanging out in one spot for a minute. It's trying to break free, but the grip is holding it. That's the last frame we have there. Okay, I could cheat and go over to look at the other, but I don't want to because I want to see what the hell just happened to me. So, I know I'm still alive, but oh, yeah. No wonder why I couldn't go live just a few minutes ago. I tried going live earlier, you guys. I'm sorry it took so long. I wish you could understand. Anyway, let's go deeper. Please, Lord, can we go deeper on this instrument? I'm not going to really report stuff. I need to see something myself. How do I get this to zoom in? No. I need it closer. Nope, that ain't working. Alright, well, sorry folks. I'll come check it out later. There's something I need to look at in here. Here's our dip. Alright. This is kind of what I was looking for, to see if this purple line went off the chart here. Yeah, and I know it did because I felt it. I'm still feeling it. It's not good at all. Okay, so we backed out. There's that. And here's our absorption. We're always getting hit, so there's always some kind of spot on this thing now. It's not like it spot disappears. We're always absorbing stuff now, and it just depends on what part of the day we're rotating into the absorption into daylight. This is where daylight is, and it's just so far that's purple and blue. So at least it's not red, The solar report, should I read this? Solar activity during the past 24 hours declined. Well, I'm not even going to bother arguing with them because you can see our sunspot rotating into our strike zone here pretty soon, and it's growing in size and in complexity. We have oh shit, I better look at this. Do we have beta, gamma, or delta? I'll have to check that later. There's that solar flare. Does it say anything about beta, gamma in here? We'll get a better look at the source during the next 24 hours. We're going to continue to watch this sunspot patch grow because we don't want to get like a beta, gamma, or even a delta configuration. Beta, gamma, and delta configuration rotating into the Earth strike zone right about now would not be good. I am too zoomed in, aren't I? Sorry, folks. Gonna be. Oh, and it wants to play games. Fine, play games. I win every game I play. Now, zoom in on this trash and see if Noah or... Oh, we have a small little report here. Huh? Come on, please tell me there's going to be more than that. Really? That's all you show is this little mouse fart? Alright, never mind. As you can see, we have a useless instrument. I mean, no data, any useful data, we'll say. All I want to do is point out our location. The sun, the earth. The yellow round circle is the earth. Here's our little descriptions. Mercury's the little orange one. We got Mars, the red one. All our satellites. So, here, is it all squeezed in there? There we go. Here, I'm pointing at shit you guys can't see. Smack me sometimes, please. I'll give you a round of wedge. Here we go. Alright, now I'm going to just keep zooming in because I want you guys to see this whole thing clearly and take it all in. Alright, let's get a little more proper. There we go. Think about your audience for once, Brian. Okay, nice and centered here. What I love about this instrument is the satellite locations, the layout that... Update it, please. Give me some new information then. If you're going to cut me like that, you better back it up with something, Noah. Alright, well, while we're here, I'm looking at this little wave that's supposedly going past the Earth. This is worthless. I don't need this crap. See, it's showing this expected humps and stuff, but this isn't even accurate. Anyways, let's get back to this instrument. I like this more as a template than an instrument for the readings and stuff, because I need to know the position of stereo A and the position of these other satellites and their view that they have, their perspective from what we're seeing. Now, stereo A used to be way back here and had another partner called stereo B, and they were A and B. It was like two sets of eyes looking at the back side of the sun. They are no longer back there. Only stereo A is alive. They don't even let us know what happened to stereo B. I know what happened to stereo B, but they won't let the public know. Anyways, the positioning is nice to know where Mars is right now, where Mercury is right now, because when something comes in between the Earth and the Sun, say Mercury, and we see it on another instrument, I can come over here and find out, is it Mercury? Is it Venus? Is it a satellite? Where's OSIRIS-REx at right now? You know, where's the one that they're using for the Sun, to study the Sun, and where's it positioned at right now? What are these guys looking at? What are they thinking when they're looking and positioning satellites? So, very, very interesting instrument, even though we don't get a lot of correct well, let's just say I don't trust this instrument, because they will update one CME when there's been 4. I want to know what direction all 4 are going, what speed, what... There's so much we need to know, and if they're not going to be out up front with this information, then I'm just going to have to be up front with some other information I have on them, which is going to be our gem tonight. So please stick around. You will not be disappointed. Now let's finish up with this. Back out of it. Zoom out of it. I'm a zoomer. I'm always zooming in, zooming out. I have to have different perspectives from different dimensions. Look, something I want to tell you folks about dimensions and stuff too is everybody thinks there's the veil, and then there's other dimensions too. So I'm going to give you an example of a dimension. We're just going to use this as our example and the zoom. All right, so this is your this is your guys' normal eyesight at say 100%. This is normal zoom or normal setting. Then as you zoom in and in more, those are dimensions. Okay, you just got a new perspective, a closer perspective at a closer dimension of the object you're viewing. You want to go in another dimension? There's another one. Here, let's remove it. This is an example. See, now we're way up in it, right? This is an example of dimensions, all right? Now, if I can reverse it, now we go the opposite way. There's normal at 100%. Now, we start going backwards and zooming out, or what I call compressing the image. And the further out you go, these are dimensions back from your perspective. You guys cannot see from this perspective at 50% from back from your eyes. You cannot sink your eyes deeper into your head, okay, is what I'm saying. That's what this is. When you back away from normal, here's normal, that's 100%, that's normal, right? Then as you, say, take 10 steps back, then you take another 10 steps back, and another 10 steps back, and another 10 steps back, and another 10 steps back. See, you guys can't do that because you're stuck in this dimension. You can't step backward and see a bigger picture, but I can. And that's how I'm able to bring this stuff to you, is because I can see all these different dimensions, even normal, even closer. I use telescopes, microscopes, I use X-ray vision, I use all kinds of stuff so I can see beyond your normal vision, okay? It's not just the other realm being a different dimension. Dimensions are also perspective and different depths of perspective, as well as different depths of perspectives in life. Not just visual, but emotional, physical, spiritual. Okay, there are multiple dimensions in each one of these categories. So this is just a little example while we're here farting around with the zoom and we got the sunspots, okay? An example of dimensions and how they work and what real dimensions are. There's the other realm, which is the spiritual realm, but it is not another dimension. It is another fucking realm entirely. Okay, dimensions work this way. Just like math, just like dimension, the dimensions of a sphere, the dimensions of a square, all right? Well, they get bigger and smaller the different your perspective is, right? So I'm showing you how to perceive different dimensions. Capiche? Comprende? 14? All right, 14 is a number. It's just a joke that we used to have in the kitchen back in the day. Now, here we are at the Schumann resonance. I'll remove some audio devices here. Pull the computer closer instead of unhooking everything because it's not all too much to report. As I describe every time, we are looking at our 7.83 hertz going across here, roughly the 8 on this scale, okay? These are the screeching of the brakes. The core and the shell were grinding yesterday, all right? There's residual effects grinding still going on. I'm watching this line, and it looks pretty healthy going across here until these very last readings. And I know these I better put the camera out. How am I going to do it? Maybe I'll just move the whole tripod really quick. All right, just for a quick glimpse at these very last lines. They're faint. All right, they're barely there. All right, that means our magnetic field is very weak right now. All right, we're very vulnerable to radiation when this 7.83 hertz line gets faint. Okay, when it's entirely missing, we're in big trouble. Okay, but when it's faint like this, it's troublesome. It's a little worrisome because uh, we have we could have some radiation penetrating right now, and thankfully we're on the nighttime side. At least I am. I don't know what part of the world you're in, but right now we're on the nighttime side while having this. It's still there. It's just very weak. So, still there, very weak. Forward and reverse, missing data. This this could be another screeching event just prior to this one that they didn't want you to see. I don't know. It could be nothing. It could just be the instrument was down. This is a Russian instrument. The Russians are providing this information right here. Okay, so this instrument's a little hard to find at the moment because, well, you can imagine why. Now let's move on to the Earth and the problems we have on this third rock from the sun. So I'm going to back out. You might notice some other little dots floating around in here. I've added another feature here. What I'm going to do real quick is come over here and show you how to do this. When you're over at this instrument, you come over, click on Bio. Then it gives you the option of adding the fires in the background. So you come over to annotations and you click on fires. Now fires are these little red dots and they will stay on in the background no matter what gas or wind or whatever you report. So I'm leaving for now the fires on in the background because that is going to be part of this report. 2-in-1 right now. You see our cocktail being mixed right more easterly and more northerly, pointing right at New York. Okay, I'm telling you, he's coming for New York. He is on fire for New York. He's got a hard on for them in D.C. and they're gonna pay. They're so gonna pay. Anyways, what I want to talk about here is on the backside of the storm. Remember the storm that we talked about? It's still there. The remnants and the backside are still here, and what you are seeing are the fires on the backside, on the dry side. Remember I was telling you about this dry line, and after the storm passes, there will be fires. Okay, go over to Dutch Sense and watch. He's reporting on fires and hot spots. These are all hot spots and fires that blossomed right after this storm. Another thing I want to tell you is the passage of this object when it went by, it shoves the storm like that, right? The storm is in front of the object. These objects are interacting in our atmosphere, whether you like it or not. Okay, and as they pass over the land here, they're manipulating the weather. God's using these objects to manipulate the weather, by the way. Okay, so you really want to know. As this object passes and it pushes the storm out of the way, the gravity, the electromagnetic pull from the object sucks magma up through the crust. And these were all brief little fires that popped up really quick and burned really quick and then went out because it's all heat from down below being sucked up right up through the perforations in the crust. That's why you saw it around these Oklahoma and stuff, because as that object passed, its gravity and its magnetic pull and tug, we'll say, pulls that lava that's down below the crust forward towards the crust. And as it passed, it shoved the storm is like the leading edge of the object. As the object moves, the storm is in front of it. It pushes the object stalled is what it did. That's why that storm reacted the way it did. Okay, now as it's finally moving out, it is sucking up all the magma. It is also mixing with that dry line, that dry air, and sparking fires. Okay, that's what these objects do. And this is the evidence of it. Okay? And I am going to talk to a couple of three-letter agencies and a certain agent who knows who they are. You guys are dumb pulling the stuff that you pulled when this storm was moving in. Have you not noticed the signs? Are you guys really that stupid? Trust me, I know what you're thinking and I know what you're up to. Don't be stupid, especially when you got these cataclysmic storms moving in. I'm telling you, you're pushing me and you got lucky, and I'm being very nice about this all. Anyway, we're going to back out of this because I'm putting this part still on alert. Even though we don't have storms really forecasted or generating in that area, just watch out. Just watch out, please. Okay, in that area, because there are innocent people that are caught up in this. All right, he's coming after the corrupt, but there are people, innocent people, and these are beautiful states out here still too. The landscape and everything's beautiful. We got good people out here as well, but good people out here, take cover, get out of there, because today's Good Friday, and day after tomorrow is Easter. And I'll tell you, Jesus has returned. Actually, Jesus hasn't returned. God is back. God. When he returns as God, not as Jesus. Jesus already was here. He did his work. Now it's time for God to step in and backhand some people. Start teaching some lessons here. All right, so I want you to notice how we got this jet coming in to the Northwest in California. So what we're going to do now is I want to back out of this, and I'm going to take you to the polar vortex, because this is what is our problem. As we pull back, I'm going to pull the planet down, and the winds will catch up. There we go. Okay, we are looking, well, let's go top down. Perfect, right there. Okay, we are looking from the North Pole, geographic North Pole, down on top of the planet. Here's our polar vortex that rotates around in a circular fashion. It is not doing a circular fashion. It is doing a half circle fashion, but then it diverts. It has this warped bubble in it that bubbles out. All this should be continuing in this zone. It's not. It is dropping down. Now, as we pull the planet up to, whoops, slow down. I want it to move nice and smoothly. Okay, top down. One more time, the winds. You can see our dip coming down, this warp drop, trough, we'll call it, in our polar vortex. Now slowly pull the planet up to see where our trough is dropping down from. It's coming out of Siberia, down across the Pacific, and it's mixing with warm tropical air. See the warm tropical mixing with the cold, and it is aimed right at America. Okay, you guys catching the drift of what's going on here? See this? And then watch this stuff. Here, we're talking about backwards weather. Look how this comes and turns around, does a 180, and hooks up back down in here to the to our equatorial zone. So let me straighten out a little bit. So you see it coming right at the west coast, and then this was all slammed together the other day. This was where the cocktail was being mixed and being slammed right at Texas. Right? Right? Anybody taking notes and been class? You've been paying attention the last week? Now we have reversed weather, and it's hooking up with the equatorial zone. This equatorial zone is creeping further and further north as we go deeper into spring and into summer and get warmer and warmer. You see the red spot here that's hot is right here on the equator now. Usually it's down a little lower during the winter. So we're in transition. Not that kind of transition, folks. Come on now. We're dropping down, and we're having this polar air our polar vortex is aiming at the west coast, and it's driving storms in that into America. So, with that knowledge, we drop down now back to our upper jet. Okay, now you can see this drop. This drop coming out of Siberia is intense. It's not just some green zone or blue zone, it's the pink, white, hot, intense zone funneling cold air right off of Siberia into the Pacific, and then mixing it with this is the upper. Let me show you just one more time. Mixing it here together. See this northern and the southern coming in? All right. Then as we drop back down, it doesn't show it as pronounced, but here it is mixing, and it's, look at this cocktail being mixed now down in Mexico. See this big dent right here? This is like sticking a stick in the river and creating an eddy, and the water wants to continue going this way, but it gets diverted, then it hooks. If you want water to hook and make a U-turn, stick something in the flow, and you will see water make a U-turn. That's how you can direct flow, is by interjecting something in a flow and diverting it. Whatever this ridge is, this little blue ridge has diverted this flow. See it coming down and just backing up and then coming in. Then it's playing a little bit of hopscotch here. Notice how it comes into Mexico. It hits this warm water and then jumps up. It's lifting this warm water off the Gulf and bringing it up and aiming it right towards Michigan. And this area is getting spared now. It's aiming more for this eastern corridor, northeastern corridor. Okay, so telling you, it's maybe it hasn't happened yet, but it is coming. Okay, all because of what the politicians did there. And you guys better pay attention to the AR resolution that just the new executive order they signed. They can come into your bank accounts and just take your money and stuff. It's time to get out of the banks now before it's too late. I don't give financial advice because I am poorer than dirt, and I don't have money to invest or do anything like that. I barely make it day to day on pocket change. But I like it that way because it makes me appreciate every little penny. And most people have no appreciation at all. So that's how I get my strength, is appreciation. See the speckled fires going on? All right. Now, look at the backside of this ridge. See, that's where all our fires are, right there. Okay? When these storms move through and these ridges have the dry line and this reverse pressure of sucking magma up on the backside, we're going to continue to see storm with fires on the backside. Okay, this is not over. We are in April now. This is when the show gets hot. So let's back out of this now. So side today. Now, take the winds out. All right. So, now that we got the sulfur and the fires at the same time now, kind of see a little correlation here? Because that's the pressure, the sulfur is popping in this area, isn't it? Kind of matching these fires and stuff too, isn't it? So, as this thing moves across the country, expect to see maybe fires popping off in this area as it continues to do this round after round after round. Okay, I'm going to pull back just a little bit, let you guys get an eyeball for your section of the country so you can judge how screwed you are or not, how blessed you may be, possibly. And just because you're in this zone and it's all sulfur and stuff doesn't mean you're a bad person. It just means that part of the country's in a lot of trouble for what they've done. Anyway, Salt Lake City's got its plume. Nothing really too threatening. We are going to the bay. And we are going to zoom in a little bit more, please, Lord. I want two more dimensions. That's good, right there. This is where people can see. All right. You see our bay, North Bay, nice dark plume. More pressure here is shoving more gas out. This plume is growing now. It's to the foothills of the Sierras now. It's actually in the foothills of the Sierras now. Here's Tahoe. Remember, it was just this little small purple plume over the North Bay? It has now spread into the Sacramento Valley. This is not the wind carrying this. As I back out, you see this is where our dimensions come in important. As I back out, you can see their little pixels. As I go in, you can see these pixels grow into individual sites. Oh, come on. Boom. See, you can kind of make out. This is not plumage being blown or directed by the wind. Even if the wind is blowing in that direction, watch, it's not. See? See the direction of the wind? If it were from the wind blowing this plume, everything would be down that way because I'm going to add the wind again. Let me take this thing out of there. All right, so, okay, you can see the bay is missing, but here's our plume, and it should be blowing stuff that way, which it is a little bit. See, that's the direction of the wind, but these are individual sites. Whoopsie, get this off of here now. That are growing here. Okay, boom, 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 boom. The wind is carrying it down a little bit, but you can see that these sites here in California are starting to increase, as well as I just noticed up here, this site here at Mount Hood. I believe this is Mount Hood. And we have what? A hot spot right over here. See this little hot spot right there? Okay, that's the reason why I'm going to keep these hot spots on here. As we back out, we're going to get a little bit perspective here, just so you guys can see. There's the Bay Area. This is Crescent City. Here's the California-Oregon border right about here, okay? Then Oregon-Washington border. So this is Mount Hood. This is right at Washington-Oregon border right there. Some volcano there. I'll have to go take a deeper look. We have plumage going, or not plumage, but sites going along Seattle now, up into Puget Sound, BC. Not BC, that's the island right there, but the Puget Sound area. Okay, so you see this? Even up into Alberta here, into Canada. You guys got some, you guys got activity too. So you see all these plumes. Look at this plume right here. It's just sprouting big old column right here. Okay, so that is just America. We'll do South America last. Oahu. Okay, all right, Oahu is what it is right now. It's under the gun. I want to see more pressure being released at these other less populated islands in the form of volcanic eruption or a, maybe an earthquake swarm, anything to get this plume over here to die down, because there are a lot of people concentrated right here. This is a very vital island for the entire planet, okay? It's the hub of the wheel called the Pacific Rim, all right? So much commerce. So much commerce has to go through there. I can't. The sense of urgency is just so lost, and I can't even. I'm losing my mind with desperation here, okay? And this place. They have backstabbed, double-crossed, done so much wrong, even to their own people, that unfortunately that region is going to pay dearly. And you can see, look up, it's just north of them. See the fires that are going on up there? Wait until the summer. That place is hardly anything's going to be left standing. I can feel his rage. I know how pissed he is at that region. Well, I'm not going to get into it. You can see other non-Christian nations suffering as well. And I'm going to use those statements because that's what this is really about. This is all about spiritual. This is God taking it out on the world. Okay? And if you look at these fires, they're kind of corresponding with our little spots. America's not the only one having these hot spots and fires and stuff. And it's vital to that we're going to keep tracking these fires and hot spots a little bit because they're going to increase. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's no going backwards. Read the Bible. We're headed towards a new beginning. We got fires going on in here in Africa. Then we got South America. We're going to do this for perspective. Individual sites. Individual sites. All individual sites. Perforation of the crust. Huge perforation from top to bottom, from Venezuela all the way down the coast. There's a brief little patch that doesn't have any, but we're talking Colombia, all the way down through Ecuador, Peru, all individual sites, you guys. There's probably, I don't know, 50,000, 70,000 different little individual sites, and these ones are pumping it. I mean, it's dark purple. It's been dark purple for a long time in that region. Here, I'm going to reiterate again, our focal point, our fulcrum point, okay, right here where a lot of pressure comes in and gets diverted or gets spent, is our main, good, nice, prominent hotspot. I mean, it is pumping out right at the apex point like it's supposed to. That's geology for you. Okay? Take a little geology course, Geology 101. It's interesting stuff if you, well, I don't know, if you find it interesting. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Okay. Australia, the outback is doing just fine. A few little fires, nothing too bad. Let's go over to the still existent island of Java. I don't know what will happen to this, if it will dissipate, or we might lose the island. No, not that bad, but we got volcanoes going off there. We got all this sulfur coming out there. We got earthquakes in the area. It's definitely a release valve, a pressure valve, a weakness in the crust area where we have concentrations. Okay. Some of this could be activity from their pollution too, because China just loves to take a dump right in the air and then, laugh and then wave the fart over towards America, come back here, because this is SO4, okay? This is sulfur quad oxide, I call it, okay? It's a sulfur compound. It comes from the land and from pollution. A lot of it's coming from the land right here because they are in deep shit. A lot of it is also pollution because China just doesn't give a... They don't give a shit. They just take a dump, like I said, right in your lap, wipe their ass on your knee, fart, and then wave it, waft it in your area, and run away laughing. Well, I don't find it too funny. I'm tired of having somebody take a shit in my lap. I don't think it's funny at all. And now it's their turn. I'll wipe my ass on their leg, see how they like it. And rip a big one right in their face and laugh. How's that? I don't care if you guys don't like it or not. We have... I'm going to explain it again. The SO4, I got to pull up this compound. Can you guys see right here? Forget about the EX. The EX stands for the extinction aerosol, okay? Extinction aerosol. All we're looking at is SO4. S, sulfur, oxide, four oxygen atoms per sulfur atom for a molecule called SO4. That molecule SO4 is a sulfur compound, and when it mixes with water that's in the air, water that's in the water period, H2O. You guys remember what H2O is? You pay attention to chemistry here. Class, wake up. Somebody in the back, whoever that is, stop throwing paper airplanes and pay attention. Okay? When you mix H2O with SO4, you get a compound called H2SO4, which is better known as sulfuric acid. It is not a thing to mess with. Sulfuric acid happens to be a very powerful acid, one of the most powerful. It comes in different dilutions. It's not super powerful yet, but it is sulfuric acid in our atmosphere. And the northern hemisphere has a lot of it. Okay, all these white spots, it gets caught up in these storms. You see the curl Q effect? And when these storms come in, not only are they dumping, snow and rain, but acid snow and rain. We're having sulfur storms. Okay? All right, enough of this. We got to keep continuing. So you see our fires, you see our storms, you see our sulfur. We got issues. We got gases in the air. This is poisonous gas too. It'll eventually choke you out. So if it gets too concentrated, now please, Lord, I would like to have the earthquake report. There we go. Our latest one just showing. Oh, we need perspective. Okay. Drop down around the wedge there for that one. Nope. Half around. Let's try that right there. That's about right for this instrument. Okay. Let's zoom in a little bit. Okay. So you can see our ring of fire right here. We've had a latest one here, latest one right there. That one is a 4.8 in Indonesia at a depth of 104. Okay, pressure being released. What I want to talk about is right in this region here. Okay, and we're just going to zoom in on that region, pull it over. Here's Fiji. This is the region of our deep quakes. So let's start checking some of these quakes real quick and their depth. Okay, this one right on the fault line on the corner on that fulcrum point is a technical difficulty 4.4 at a depth of 41. That is pressure being released. Is it right on the fault? Thankfully not. It's on the top of the ridge. Good. So that's perfect placement for energy being scrubbed off. Let's take a peek at this. This is a 4.3 at a depth of 556. That's our deep quake. That's our deep one. At a depth or at a 4.3, it'll probably cause another surface quake in the area at a magnitude higher, say mid 5 range, which is fine. That's the kind of mid 5 energy we want going down the line, scrubbing off energy, right? I don't want anything any much bigger than this to, deep, because it triggers bigger surface quakes and the surface tension travels. Anyways, 4.3, perfect. The depth is, it's a deep one, 556. Let's check this one. Ooh, we have a second deep one, folks. This is just as deep, a tad bit shallower, but it's still 508 kilometers. That's the same level down in the magma, or down in the crust, that this one is. So we've had 2 deep quakes now. So now we're going to have to add these energies together, because I'm going to check the time. This one was first at 5:43. This one was at 13:09. So 8 hours later, we've had 2 deep quakes within 8 hours. Okay, so let's add the 5s and 5s together. That's another magnitude. So that makes 5.5 plus, or 5 plus the magnitude, so 6. We're looking roughly 6 range energy in this region that has just come to the surface, and will start traveling downstream. 13, and this one is after, this is the 3rd quake. So there's some of this energy that radiates out circular pattern is already being absorbed and scrubbed off right here. So you can see our deep quakes have already triggered other quakes that are scrubbing off energy. It'll be traveling down the system here, down the pipe system, that we're kind of familiar with, all these faults. Let's see, that one was at our second deep one was at 13, so this one's at 20. So that's more energy being scrubbed off. Looking at the times to see, yes, 18. So these two are more energy that have been scrubbed off, traveling down the line. So 4.4 and 4. What was this one? 4. Both 4.4s. So this was the 4. Wait a minute. That was the first one? No, this is the first one at 4.3. Its energy went out, causing the same size quakes. Boom, boom, boom. And I bet you this one is the newest, the latest one, a 4.8. So here's more 4. Middle 4 energy being scrubbed off. Oh, look, it made it over here to our apex point, or to our Java region, right here where the Earth or the volcanoes are. And we have a, come on, please pop it up, a 4.5. That's the same energy being scrubbed off down range. Actually, this one was earlier in the day. So that one was a little earlier in the day. That's good. There'll be more of this activity probably coming very soon in this region, because we just had 2 new deep quakes. All right, enough of this playing games with earthquakes. Here is the fulcrum point at not come chalked up, but there's 2 faults that kind of merge right here. There should be a see this little fulcrum point right here, boom, and there's our quake. And it was 4.5, I bet. Come on, pull it up, Lord. Okay. Well, it doesn't want to pull it up. It's okay. I can tell. It's 4.5. Here's another 4.5. So it's definitely this energy is being, traveling down the system and being scrubbed off, which is perfect. Ooh, we got a new one right here. So we were just checking in this one and this one, and look what just happened. Don't try to zoom in on it, Brian. Just look at it. There we go. Come on, computer. What is the deal? Anyways, let's click on it. Maybe we can get that to work. Maybe. All right. Oh. Okay, there it is. It's the 4.8. See, 4.5 energy, and at a depth of 57. So that energy is now traveling across, right? It came up, boom, 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 traveling across, maybe here, and then right here in the Bay Area. So maybe we'll see some mid-4 earthquakes around Juan de Fuca or Crescent City, and look at what we have here, 3.1, but that was earlier today in Cobb, California. So right around this area, watch for 4.5 to come in to this region, okay? Pretty easy stuff, not too tough, all right? Makes sense? Class is looking at me all quiet, their mouths wide open. Okay, I guess you guys understood. This is beautiful. Not much activity around the Cocos Plate. That's what I like to see. This is a little scrub off of energy. That 4.5 energy right there. It's perfect. This is looking good. Here's our fulcrum point, 4.1. And what's this one? Come on. I want to see that one too. 4.3. This one's a little deeper. Okay, so that's good. Some of this energy that is coming in deeper is being picked up and scrubbing off as well. So that's kind of a perfect earthquake report that we would want to see. What the heck happened up here? Oh, looky. All right, here's another one of these fulcrum points that I was talking about right here, this region. It could be this little point, that little point, but all this energy has, a cross section thing like this, and we were seeing quakes just north of it right here. This is the same energy that we would see here on the other side of the Gobi Desert. This is the Gobi Desert in China, and then we click on this, and that's a 4.2 at a depth of 10. I want the other one. What's that big one back behind it? 5.0. Okay, so that's our big quake for today, is a 5.0 in China. All right, see, China's starting to have their activity pick up as well, all right? And you can see this Gobi Desert. This is an old geologic feature. So when you're seeing earthquakes right next to it, something could be forming underneath the plate right here, or underneath the crust right there. Because I can tell China's going to be in big trouble here soon. And they want to rule the world. What are they on, dude? What are they smoking? China rule the world, run the world. Dude. Fault lines with a quake at the end of each one of them. It's here, let me see if we can go do this. Center it. It almost looks like two little electrodes with little probes on them. And I bet you they're identical. 4.1, 4.5. Not identical. I love being wrong. That's a shallow one at 1.8. That was right at the surface in the ground. That's another shallow one, 5.6. But this one at 1.8. Let's go take a peek at their geological figures here. I just want to see something real quick. Nope. Nope. Just underground quake. Good, good, good. Well, that's where that energy is scrubbing off over here. These end of these fault lines, bam, bam, and that's Turkey. That's right underneath here. Turkey, right? Yep. Turkey. And I think that's still Turkey. Yeah. Yep. So Turkey's having some more earthquakes. Their thing is not over yet. The more they steal and rip off from me, the more they're gonna pay. And pay dearly in a way that they wish they wouldn't have. Sicily got bombarded today with a hellacious storm. I was going to bring that to you today, too. Maybe I'll find the link and stick it in the description. We have to move on. I am taking too long on this shit. All right, over to the weather. God, you guys are really patient. You're still hanging in there? What the heck is wrong with you? And chat amongst yourselves or do something there. There you go. All right, we're pulling up the map. You know what we do at this point is where I step away. You guys throw paper airplanes and spit wads while the teacher steps out of the class and has a cigarette. All right. I'm going to just, here's our time and our dates. It's current April 7th. Here's our last little remnants clearing out, okay? The dry line is finally moving out. We're having our fires back there. So let the fires begin. Let there be fire. All right. I'll be right back. Oh, maybe I won't be back. If I can even get it. Whistle you guys a tune and put some music on in the background, huh? Oh, you're gonna stick around for the gym tonight. Go get your buddy from next door or your girlfriend. Have her come watch the gym with us tonight. I'm not gonna tell you what it's about yet. I'm saving that as a surprise. Oh, maybe you guys want to have a cigarette right now too. Oh, shattered body. Oh, this hurts so bad just to move. Took me half an hour to put my socks on. You guys are lucky to be able to put your shoes and socks on. tell you what, man. So if you were paying attention to the loop, you saw here. Let's just pull it down a little bit. We're midway through the loop here. Let it restart. Yep, another big old low comes through again. All right, we're in this cycle right now, and until some people start repenting, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. Okay, current conditions, a lot of moisture still. This is the tail of that storm. Okay, there's still a dry line right here. Okay, that's why they're having all their fires. Boom. And you see stuff start to erupt here in Alabama, Georgia, off the coast of Louisiana in the next 4 hours or so. Then this is midday tomorrow, April 8th. There's a high probability for northern Georgia, South Carolina, okay? Storms in this area, so I'll be watching tornadoes reports tomorrow from this region, and that's when it's blossoming. That's when the sun's, convecting the most. It might increase a little bit more than what it's showing. I pray it doesn't. We all pray that these storms dissipate, that they don't tear up the country, but not many of us. We're few, and we're the only line of defense. So pray hard, people, sincerely. What, Kitty? Oh, cat wants out. Yeah, I'll get you, Kitty. Hang on. Let me start this loop real quick. Bam. You see this circulation down here. There's some kind of like tropical storm brewing down here. See that? And then it spits stuff at Florida and up into Alabama. Okay, so that's our next little event to watch, is this cyclonic activity, this tropical storm or whatever's producing down here. Okay, boom, 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 boom. Then as more snow comes into the Sierras, another storm. See this low right here? Watch this guy start to develop. See how it's pulling snow on the backside here? Nice icing event again up in Canada. Now watch as this guy goes like the wrong direction. It should be hooking this way, not that way, but it is, and it's drawing up this moisture now straight up. See that? So Texas going to be in the target zone. That's Dallas Fort Worth area on April 16th at the midday. At midday on April 16th here in Texas, there's going to be a tornado outbreak. You people in Fort Worth, Dallas area, or you got relatives in this area, tell them the 16th to pull their head out of their ass and pay attention, because there's a freight train coming through, okay? And it's going to, see this low? It's just wrapping more stuff up, and it's going to act odd. See all these pop-up thunderstorms? This is the kind of stuff we don't want to see, especially with this reverse tilt. I don't like this setup. See these sporadic sputters right here? Oklahoma, Arkansas again. All right, that's where the Clintons are from. You guys in Arkansas, you all can thank the Clintons for your devastation. Mississippi, just in the target zone, right, again, okay? Let's go back a day. That is April 17th, 9 days from today. It's a little ways out, but we do have another system rolling through. And just in time, just as you guys are recovering, here comes more. Boom. Southern Texas, up here into northern Illinois, all through this corridor right here is going to be volatile, even down here on April 18th at 5 in the morning Pacific. That'll be 7. So you guys are mid part of the country on April 18th. You're going to wake up to another tornado outbreak, possibly. Okay? Now, this is where all you guys come in and you pray nice and properly and hard and sincerely for these people in this region. Pray for God to have mercy on them and divert the storm, because this storm has these red pockets in it, okay? That's off the coast, that's fine, but still, it's there. It hangs out for a long time. It starts over here inverted, and then it makes this big question mark again with, let's go back. Okay, see how this is all reaching back? This is like a split. It has the comma right here. There's a little break, but this is the comma-shaped storm right here. It has a sub-inlet coming into it from there. Boom. See how they come together, and they're going to cause some more intense weather over South Carolina, North Carolina. Boom. Boom. Here's the low forms. Okay, we still have more coming in here, more rain. This is the 22nd. Okay, here, Missouri, Illinois again. And this is due to, this will all change, but this, for right now, at this moment, this is what they're kind of projecting a little bit, all right? So one more time with the loop. Here's the beginning. Bam. Finish up in the south. A little recovery time. Watch out as the cyclonic activity hurls stuff up into here, into Florida. New low forms. Here's our new our new huge storm forming. And it's a slow mover. It's a big one, and it's gonna be produce more than that, because especially with the activity we have on our sun. Okay. All right. So we made it through all the reporting, and oh no, I got one more report here for you. Let's pull this up, Lord, please. All right, start positioning the microphone and everything for this report. Come on, I want this now. Please, God, please. Little technical difficulties here. Just bear with us for a second here. It's gonna pop up any second here. Come on, computer. All right. Well, while we're waiting for that, these storms, no joke anymore, okay? You saw the devastation they can do. And the seriousness of that last storm, how big it was, and the fact that it didn't do anything is answered prayers. That's all that is. That is answered prayer. And I am getting frustrated. Why is this frozen here? I don't care about this site anymore. I want to move on. Come on. What is going on? That's not working. We just freeze up in the middle of the stream, huh? Come on. Lord, please, Jesus, can we have this computer back, please? Please? Please, can we have the computer back? I'm trying to do the report. Thank you. Thank you, Lord. Okay. Come on, Lord, please. You know what I want to pull up? It's a very important report here. You know? What the fuck? What happened here? No, it's the wrong thing. It should have been whatever was before it. And why is it? Well, anyways, the report was going to be the snowpack in the Sierras, the southern Sierra. It was at 300%. You guys hear that? It was at 300%. The monitoring station that stands about 20 feet off the ground had to be dug out in order to do the readings. And apparently we're not going to get to see that because why, Lord? I was just trying to do the report. What was this? Why do we have... Hang on here. That's not who I want to show here. I don't know who Zach and Frankie are. Here it is. Here's the snow survey. Yay, we found it. Let's have some volume here. Sorry, we still had music playing in the background. And if we can turn that off, we can hear our report. Thank you. Thank you for your patience, folks. We are just low tech over here. And if we could just get a little cooperation from a computer, it wouldn't be so bad. Please, Lord, why is this happening? I had all this stuff all set up. It was working just fine. All right. This is the one I'll show. Where's the volume?
In the San Joaquin River watershed, usually park rangers with the National Park Service access this course.
All right. Why are you playing games with me? Hang on, folks. This is what it's like having a possessed computer, okay? It does not function. It does not cooperate. Everything is resistance. Everything I try to do. Now, Lord, can we please have some cooperation now? I would like to X out of this music so I can play the report, please. X out of the music, please, so we can play the report, please, Lord.
That's also able to measure that snowpack every 15 minutes. But at the same time,
if you saved $1 a day for
the Devil's Postpile snow course in the San Joaquin River watershed, usually park rangers with the National Park Service access this course on skis. But with how deep our snowpack is in 2023, there are a lot of safety concerns with a lot of avalanche dangers. The National Park Service asked if we were able to somehow get to the course. It is absolutely critical that we capture this data, not only for the record, but also to use for different stream flow forecasting, flood forecasting, especially with how much snowmelt we expect to make its way into the Central Valley and also into the Tulare Lake. So we actually have a snow sensor that is currently buried under this almost 200 inches worth of snow. That's also able to measure that snowpack every 15 minutes. But at the same time, it needs to be verified. The Southern Sierra has one of the best snowpacks on record, probably somewhere top 2, top 3. Statewide, we're looking at a snowpack somewhere in the top 4. The Devil's Coast.
Oh, did you see El Capitan there? Maybe if I can find the video from that, I'll show you. Part of the El Capitan fell away. The sheer face of it fell off. But now, let's see here. I want to show you just one more thing here. If it'll... Yeah. All right. How about the gem then? Let's just go to the gem. Since everything else is being very non-cooperative. Alright, let me get the microphone set up here and we'll start this video. I want full screen. Please, Lord, what are you doing? Full screen, please. Really? Fine. Yep. Alright, well, so much for the gym. Maybe I'll just end this stream and we'll come back later. I need to go cool off before I break my computer. Alright. Yeah, I'm losing my patience. And you guys have been so patient here. I will come back with this gem later because right now this is pissing me off. Alright. Sorry, folks, but the gem will have to wait. It's so worth it tonight. I'm pissed. It's just frozen up on this part. How about playing it, Lord? Please. You know what I'm trying to show here. Play it. Play it. Play it. Play it. Play it. Play it. Alright. We're gonna get some cooperation finally?
Copy that.
Got a bogey, 10 o'clock high.
This is Houston. Say again, sir. We have a bogey at 10 o'clock high.
So right here, they're calling out a bogey at 10 o'clock high to mission control. So let's...
Flight Max. Go. We just lost tire pressure on left outboard and left inboard, both tires. FYI, I've just lost 4 separate temperature transducers on the left side of the vehicle, the hydraulic return temperatures.
4 high return temps?
To the left outboard and left inboard elevons.
Okay, is there anything common to them, DSC or MDM or anything? I mean, you're telling me you lost them all at exactly the same time?
No, not exactly. They were within probably 4 or 5 seconds of each other.
Okay, where are those? Where is that instrumentation located?
They're, all 4 were located in the aft part of the left wing, right in front of the elevon actuators. And there is no commonality.
No commonality. And there's no commonality between all these tire pressure instrumentations and the hydraulic return instrumentations?
No, sir, there's not. We've also lost the nose gear down talkback and the right main gear down talkback.
Nose gear and right main gear down talkbacks?
Yes, sir.
And flight econ?
Econ.
I've got 4 temperature sensors on the bottom line data that are all scale low.
Alright.
Columbia, Houston, UHF comp check.
Charlie Hobart calling Columbia on UHF frequency as it approaches the Merritt Island tracking station range in Florida. Communications with Columbia were lost at about 8 a.m. Central Time, about 10 minutes ago. This is Mission Control, Houston. Any debris that is located in the vicinity of the north central Texas area that may be related to the shuttle contingency should be reported to local law enforcement, who will then report to NASA. It should be avoided. Debris could be potentially hazardous due to toxic substances that are used as propellants on the space shuttle. Flight controllers here are securing all information and notes and data pertinent to the scheduled descent and landing of the shuttle today as part of contingency procedures. Search and rescue teams in the Dallas-Fort Worth area have been alerted.
So they told you it burned up on re-entry, didn't they? And And there's what they showed the world right there, right? That's what they showed the world. That's what everybody saw right there, was the shuttle streaking in and burning up. But what you didn't know is there was a problem out in space. See, we were doing stuff that we're not supposed to be doing out there. And these two little guys came alongside. And well, where's the one with the wing? Where's the image of the wing? There's the nose. You can see the cockpit and everything. Where's the one with the wing? There it is. All right. See a big old hole burned right through the wing right there? That little black dot right there. And the wing's all broken off. Okay? So, now you know why the shuttle program is no longer in existence. Okay? Because these guys are doing stuff up there they weren't supposed to be doing. And other powers that be weren't too happy about it. And now we are no longer flying space shuttles in space, are we? Are we? Yep, there's your little gem. Here, now it's working. I guess Lord wanted that one done right away. So, let's play this.
The neighborhood of 15 to 20,000 feet in the sky. And the reason I say that is because at that altitude, this more than likely rules out some sort of a drone that somebody may be using from down on the ground. I think it would be way too high, as you're going to see here in just a second. But watch over here in the distance. You're going to see something show up in the field of view and then come, again, very close to the aircraft. We're going to slow it down, zoom in, and take a closer look at this thing. And as you're going to see, right there it goes. That was probably within 30 feet of that aircraft. Here we zoom in to take a closer look, slow it down just a little bit. We're going to zoom in, slow it down, and make some modifications to the video to get a better look at this thing, trying to pull forward features. Look at that. See how it has similarities to this object yesterday? How it's got the dome on it right there in the middle, and it's got a clear edge, and it's reflecting light like the object yesterday. They look very similar. It's just at a different orientation. See that? See the dome on the top? The bottom's more of a V shape, and it's got a definite edge on it. Watch right here. Right
there.
There. See the edge? Top's got a dome that's reflecting light. I suppose this could be some sort of a balloon, but it's way up in the sky. It's between probably 3 and 4 miles in the sky.
That's a good shot of it right there, at that image right there. Okay, so we got UFO activity increasing. Like I was telling you, there's another little something there that showed up. But like I was telling you, these races from across the universe are all showing up here.
And it's not changing shape. It didn't seem to be affected by the winds up there too much with regard to tumbling in the sky. It was maintaining its same position. It was not tumbling or kind of wobbling around like a balloon would do. This maintained the same position.
You want to see more of that? Go over to Mr. MBB. He does great reporting as well. Give him a like and thumbs up. And if I could, why is this in the way? There we go. All right. And we'll move on to the next one. Okay. Okay, so we've got two more to go. This was our thumbnail for the evening. And please, Lord, can you please pull this one up? You know what I'm trying to do here? So please get some cooperation from the computer on this one. Okay, it'll come up in a minute here, I guess. Oh, there it goes. This was captured over Los Angeles just a couple weeks ago. If I could Come on, Lord, please. We're waiting patiently. I'm going to start right about here. Please, if we can start it back here just a little bit. Oh, God, don't do that. Oh, man. Why, God? Why does it have to be so unresponsive tonight? Okay. Sorry. I used to be hella patient and losing my patience, man. It's getting hard. Pain is incredible. So this video was taken in Los Angeles during a thunderstorm. A figure resembling the head of a Chinese dragon is visible on it, but it's only visible during the flash. I have captured stuff like this before, so I want you to watch closely what happened over what city? Los Angeles, the city of angels, has the dragon over it.
This video was taken in Los Angeles
Come on.
during a thunderstorm. A super resemblance the head of the giant dragon is visible, but it is only visible during the flash.
Watch out. Okay, that was... Show it again. So it was only for a brief flash, but when frozen, when freeze-framed, you can see the head coming out of the clouds. I've seen the tail, the body, racing through clouds, popping up and going, disappearing and stuff, reappearing and stuff. The dragon is here, okay? It's real. This is the other realm popping out, and especially during the lightning flashes. Dragons possess the ability to breathe fire, to spit lightning, to do all kinds of magical things. That's why you're seeing this during that flash, that intense flash of lightning right there, okay? And this isn't CGI. This is reported on the news and everything. It's an actual picture. It's an actual event, okay? It's not fake. It's not... It's real, dude, okay? I dare you to try to describe that this is a cloud, okay? That it's a funnel cloud that's twisting and snaking. I mean, we've seen some pretty cool funnel clouds lately, haven't we? But not like this. Funnel clouds don't have horns, okay? This is the dragon, okay? And it was captured over Los Angeles during a thunderstorm just recently. Remember how I've been telling you the dragon is on the beach? Or is at the edge of the sea? Not the beach, but he's at the edge of the sea. Well, watch your thunderstorms. I would record your lightning and stuff, because there's going to be more images like this and other kind of creatures and stuff captured in the flashes of lightning just like this, okay? This is another sign. This is God showing you another sign. And especially over the city of angels, Los Angeles, the city of angels that is not a city of angels. It's a city of fallen angels, with Hollywood and all the corrupt elite down there and all the tech companies. Yeah, the city of angels is the city of fallen angels, and this is an indication of its status. And Los Angeles will be getting punished as well. You know, that's the way it goes. So, yep. Now we are into our second gem. Okay, I've showed this before. Maybe not all of you stuck through it or watched it or even care or don't like this stuff, but this is the 15 secret tortures of Jesus. All right. Now, what they told you in the Bible and what they depict in the movies is part of it, but there was a lot worse done to him, and it's hidden from society because it's so dang embarrassing what you people did to your Lord. So, for those of you who can't stomach it, now's the time to bow out. For the rest of you who really care about your Savior and what they really did to him today, you will stick around. I'll let you do the reading. I'm going to step away because it's too painful to watch. Oh. These are some of the reasons why the world is paying so dearly. Note the wicked looks on these paintings, the wicked looks on the men's faces as they torture him. The coolest dude you would ever meet. And they did this to him. That's a real superhero. Every day feels like. see some of you are still hanging out, huh? I'll be right back. I just remembered I got one more after this to show you too. Another secret. Time for all the secrets to come out. It's still suffering. It's not over. He still suffers to this moment for you guys in excruciating pain. Pain that I can feel in my sleep. I can guarantee you he's still suffering because I have the affliction and it's excruciatingly painful. Spiritually, physically, and emotionally, all three at the same time. You guys try that on for size, huh? Spiritual, physical, and emotional pain, all three at the same time. Forgive them, Father. They know not what they do. If they only knew, I'd have some respect. They'd show some respect for such a loving and tough individual. The most immodest excretions. You guys can imagine excretions, what they really poured in his mouth. Because we're sick. See, they don't tell you about this part. Okay, I got one more for you here. Does anybody know about the secret wound of Christ? Okay, I'll mute that for a minute. Class, does anybody know the secret wound of Christ? We all know about the wound on his side. We all know about the wounds to his feet, to his head from the crown of thorns, to his hands, to his wrists, not really his hands, but his wrists. Okay? So feet, wrists, side, but there's a secret wound, the most painful of them all. It's the shoulder wound of Christ. See, I have a shattered shoulder that's multiple pieces floating around in my shoulder, okay? They can't fix it, they can't fuse it, they can't do anything. They could cut my arm off. That's about it. But I still managed just fine with a shattered shoulder, shattered hip, shattered body. Play this, Lord, please. I will stop talking and you will play this. Anyways, in time, we will wait, Lord, patiently, because we had an all-important ad. Yeah. Come on, enough with your ad. All right, let's play this, please. With sound.
To honor the shoulder wound of Christ. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. O loving Jesus, meek Lamb of God, I, a miserable sinner, salute and worship the most sacred wound of thy shoulder, on which thou didst bear thy heavy cross, which so tore thy flesh and laid bare thy bones, as to inflict on thee an anguish greater than any other wound of thy most blessed body. I adore thee, O Jesus most sorrowful. I praise and glorify thee, and give thee thanks for this most sacred and painful wound, beseeching thee by that exceeding pain, and by the crushing burden of thy heavy cross, to be merciful to me, a sinner, to forgive me all my mortal and venial sins, and to lead me on towards heaven, along the way of thy cross. Amen.
Amen.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Yeah, it's his shoulder.
Of thy shoulder. Shoulder wound of Christ. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
There it is.
O loving Jesus.
No. Anyways, the bones are sticking out, arteries are sticking out, all right? And he carried a huge 200, 300-pound wooden cross on this severed shoulder, and he still bears that cross to this moment. This wound hurts constantly, all the time, even in my sleep. Okay, that's the part the doctors can't understand. They're like, no, there's a part in your brain that shuts down and you can't feel pain in your sleep. Bullshit. Let me do this to your shoulder and I guarantee you'll feel it in your sleep. Doc. I'm tired of people not believing me anymore. And we're starting to see the results happening on the earth. So, important that you guys understand that Jesus suffered horrendous torture. Not only did he suffer all these 15 things here on earth. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, it's gone. Anyways, not only did he suffer here on earth, but then he went to hell for 3 days. My next 2 days are going to be really rough. And if I'm not around to report, I think you guys will understand why. I'll probably be back to report on Easter Sunday if I'm still around. Okay? You guys understand what I'm saying? If I'm feeling up to it, maybe I'll try to report tomorrow. Just depends on how well I feel and how well I can handle this this brutal assault. Today was extremely rough, and I'm sorry it took a little while for me to get here. When when you see me like start to go live and it takes a little while for me to get going, it's because the computer's either hassling me or I got entities hassling me. It's always something. So just be patient with me, and I'm doing the best I can with this affliction, and trying to bring you guys some truth at the same time. And it's important that you guys know about the shuttle and what's really going on, okay? And this has been hidden from you guys this whole time, you know. They're going to have to come clean with this here pretty soon, because there's so many UFOs showing up all over the place that they're not going to... They're going to have their cover story and try to tell you that these entities are your creator, and that, you know, you were a talking monkey, and that they advanced your DNA, all kinds of bullshit. And it's all bullshit, too, because you are a divine, a spiritual entity. You are children of God. And when they try to blow smoke up your ass and do their lies and their bullshit, you, the elite, will know the difference. Okay? That's why I keep referring to you guys as the elite, because the other ones are fucking criminals, and I will never refer to them as elite. They will be paying dearly. So, I think maybe... Ooh, I'm going to read some of the chat here. Thanks, Brian. Prayers for you. Hope to see you tomorrow. Oh, thank you. I have to check that out. Thank you. That's right. Don't believe them. That's right. That's why I have to take pain meds to be able to sleep. Yeah, some other people feel pain in their sleep, huh? They own a lot of crops here in the USA. Yeah, they sure do. Can't sell our land out from underneath us to the Chinese. The moment some Chinaman tries to say that that's his land, I'm going to pull out my shotgun and say, no, go back to China. This is my country. You may have paid for it, but it ain't going to be yours. Okay, so don't even think you're going to step foot on this land and just come waltzing into this country and buy it up. Not gonna happen over my dead body. Got it? Get it? Good. Anyway, I'm going to read some more of the chat because I love you guys. That's right. Yeah, but what were they doing in space that was so bad? What are they doing in space that's so bad? Oppressing you. They are spy satellites. They got every weapon in the world up there. They could just launch from space. They don't need to launch from land. They could do something from space and claim it as an act of God. Yet they don't believe in God. So how could they use that terminology to, oh, it was something, you know, extraterrestrial, blah, 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 whatever. It's a bunch of bullshit. They have raped you guys, stolen all your money, used it on weaponry to kill you. You might as well stop paying taxes because you're paying for your own demise. And if anybody should be paying taxes, it's our congressmen who are making billions off of weapons sales, drug sales. I mean, they're the worst kind of criminals, our congressmen. How do you think they afford these yachts and these luxury shit? And then they got the nerve to come on TV and tell me their moral code and how to act and behave? Are you kidding me? I have had enough of this shit, and they are going to pay in the court above, and you folks will be my witnesses, okay? And you will be the jury. and we will put them on display in front of all of creation. And there won't be a single thing that they can hide because it's all recorded in their own brain. They're just going to download their every sensory input they had in their entire life and put it on display in front of the court. And the decisions they came up with to decide to kill you so they can get rich, excuse me? I work hard for my money. I bust my ass, have nothing while being tortured, and these fat pigs are going to live high on the hog on some yacht, molesting some little kid? Oh, no, no, no. That shit's coming to an end. Mark my words in red. I love you all. I miss you all. God bless you all. And until my next video, I am back with a vengeance.